And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to FC Motagua versus Olancho FC in the CONCACAF Central American Cup 2023 Group D Match Day 3. FC Motagua contra Olancho FC en la Copa Centroamericana de la CONCACAF. Fase de grupos, Grupo D, Jornada 3. Big match here at Tlatelolco. Two Honduran sides playing each other, a classic power versus a new super team. Starting 11, we'll start with Olancho. Harold Fonseca, Oscar Almendarez, Alan Carcamo, Rainieri Mallorquin, Henry Gomez, Angel Tejeda, Mario Martinez, Fabricio Silva, Christian Calix, Nelson Munoz, Christian Altamirano for Olancho. For Motagua in goal, Jonathan Rougier, Kevin Alvarez, Marcelo Pereira, Raul Santos, Ricky Zapata, Dennis Melendez, Carlos Maja, Juan Delgado, Yerson Maja, Ivan Lopez, Agustin Osmendi for Motagua. Dinigan Hennes out, but will Motagua be in? I think they will be in, but yes. Motagua wins, they're on to the quarterfinals, with a bye week next week and then match on match day 5 against Alajuelense. This is their last match before they play Alajuelense. I'll be watching. Yep, love Motagua's crowd. They got a damn good crowd. Which would be more impressive, CR7 helping El Nasir win the Arab Cup or Messi helping Miami win Leagues Cup? Messi helping Miami win Leagues Cup. El Nasir wasn't too bad before Cristiano. Miami, well, they had a really bad season before Messi got there. So I'm going to say Messi. Here we go. Another 90 minutes. We'll be off. Ready to go. Alajuelense San Miguelito next Thursday. Yep. Alajuelense has one more to play. This is their bye week. Next week is Motagua's bye. Then they play each other 2 weeks from tonight. Yeah, they do play on Thursday. Yep. Playing forward. Motagua early, but a good tackle by Olancho. They get the ball back. This game's on FS2, by the way. What are your thoughts on U.S. Women's National Team new interim coach after Vlatko resigned? I have nothing really to know. They can't be worse. That's pretty much all I can say. They're not going to be the full-on coach. They can't be worse. They'll probably get, what, 1 window, 2 windows at best, depending on who the USA go for. I think the U.S. women will have a new coach by the time the Women's Gold Cup starts, and at least by the Olympics. The women will have a new true coach by the end of the year. I agree with that. Where should the World Cup be in Jerry World? Hey, the final being, or it's starting in Jerry World, or was it starting the Azteca, the final in Jerry World? But the final being in Jerry World ain't bad. Nice. Happy for you, man. Second minute, playing forward. 0-0. Olancho trying to state their power in the CONCACAF game and the Honduran game. Motagua has a lot of history. They're a very big squad, a very big team down in Honduras. But they are always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Olancho is the new kid on the block, the new super team, as they like to call it. Bruce Arena committed to Foxborough. And they wouldn't hire Bradley either. Bob Bradley just seems like the worst idea to hire for the women's team. He just seems like the worst idea. Like, Bob Bradley, he just seems so ornery. I don't think he would like to do it. Even if he's told this is probably how you save your reputation after that Toronto debacle. Who do I want to win the Leagues Cup final? Miami. I think Miami will win, and I want them to win, even if I'm wearing the suit on Saturday. I want Miami to win. And it's no secret, I'm picking Miami to win too. But you'll see my predictions tomorrow. You'll hear my reasoning tomorrow. Let's put it like that. You'll hear my reasoning. 25th minute, or 25. Third minute. It's not that. It hasn't gone that quick. 0-0. Settle was settled. Super chats are on. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Group B next week. Foz must avoid a loss to stay alive regardless of any other results. Yeah, because they play Olympia. Olympia has to win out. So, Man City won the treble to me. They didn't even play that well, and they still won it. And now they're completely falling off. Except for maybe the Club World Cup. Like, I would venture a guess, at least for the first half of the year, the best Man City is going to play is at the Club World Cup. They're going to look their best at the Club World Cup. Now, does that carry over to the league? I don't know. If Independiente win, things get much harder. True. Can you see Terry Dunfield being the U.S. women's coach if he somehow gets an offer? How would he do as the U.S. women's coach? I don't think he would be the U.S. women's coach. I don't think he would get an offer. I don't think he would do that bad. I think he would be the type of coach a women's team would love. I'm not saying he's as nice. I don't think Vlaco was nice, but Terry Dunfield, he's the good cop. But they do have talent. It's sort of like Jill Ellis. Terry Dunfield knows enough to be like, here's the changes that work for me. Here's the team that works for me. If I bring them, all I got to do is roll the ball out like Jill Ellis did, and we're probably going to win more than we lose. Is it going to be harder for him to have that Jill Ellis type situation because of how big the sport's growing in other countries? Yes. Do I think he could, though? Yes. Because once this new U.S. crop hits their prime, I think they'll be right back up to being a world contender, even if England is there, even if Italy grows into something better, even if Spain is better than they are this year, and even if they win. I mean, that's a thing to watch. Is if Spain, Japan, of course, is always there. Shot, save by Fonseca. Real España must win to have any chance against Didion Head. Yep. Yeah. So. Aguilar playing their last match and must beat Comunicaciones to have any chance to advance. But Aguilar has another match before that. Exactly. I mean, Sophia Smith is going to probably be one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world in 4 years. I would back that. I would back that Sophia Smith is the best player in the world in 4 years on the women's side. I would bet on that, to be completely honest. As a Portland Thorns fan, of course, because there's no Toronto women's side, and, well, Christine Sinclair, of course. Sophia Smith is a damn good player. She's already top 10 in the world, arguably, I would say, already. 4 years, she'll be one of the best players in the world. No question. I'll laugh if England loses the Women's World Cup final. I want them to lose. I want Spain to win. It's never coming home. It will never come home. I don't care if it's the Women's World Cup or the Men's World Cup, or the only thing that'll come home is the Women's Euros. But we're talking about the World Cup. The World Cup will never come home to England. It will never happen. I don't care which one it is. Come on, Spain. Vamos, España. Please. Please. Spain's a good team, though, so it's going to be a good final. It'll be a good final. Two good teams against each other. It'll be a good final, but it'll never come home. Neither World Cup will ever come home again. Never again. English don't listen to the facts. They just listen to the fact they invented the sport as a whole. And besides, the men never brought it home. They were singing It's Coming Home when they won the Women's Euros. They don't care who wins it. They just want it to come home at this point. So, they'll sing it anyway. So, the men can't bring it home. They got to hope for the women to bring it home. And the good thing about them is they won the Women's Euros and the Women's Finalissima. So, at least in their eyes. But a Euro to me, I don't know. They'll still sing It's Coming Home for the Euros, but it ain't the same as a World Cup. Just like if England's men were invited to the Gold Cup and they were going to sing It's Coming Home because it's an easy trophy to win, it's not coming home. I want to see England invited to the Gold Cup in 25 just so they could cry when it doesn't come home. Like, they're going to be like, oh, this is the easiest trophy we've ever went for. Be like Euro snobs. And be like, this is the easiest trophy we're ever going to have a chance to win, and they still don't bring it home. It'll be hilarious. It would be hilarious. The salt would be freaking amazing. The salt would be amazing. It would be amazing to see them just completely be destroyed. Because they know if they can't win the Gold Cup, they will never win a thing on the men's side ever in their lives. They would be destroyed. Destroyed. And it would be absolutely wonderful to see the English be completely destroyed. That would be a different It's Coming Home. You think they've been destroyed with the Euros? You think they've been destroyed with a World Cup? Their golden generation couldn't bring home the Gold Cup? As a guest? Holy shit, they would be destroyed. They would be distraught. It would be the best thing in the world. 10th minute, 0-0, settle. It would be beautiful. It would be amazing. It would be the best. I'm not saying I want this to happen, but it would be even funnier if it was a team like Japan or Italy that won the Gold Cup. If in that mini World Cup Gold Cup in 25. Because if Italy brings it home, they can't use an excuse saying it was biased towards CONCACAF. They can't do that. It went to Europe anyway. It would be hilarious. I would agree with that. Yep. We were jet lagged. I would love it. I would love it. As an Italy fan, and the fact that England didn't even bring on the CONCACAF Gold Cup, and the fact I just hate the Three Lions. It would be hilarious. It would also be hilarious if Jamaica won it, because that's basically England's discard pile. And their discard pile just beat them. That would be hilarious. I love Jamaica, don't get me wrong. But soft spot for Jamaica, but I do love Jamaica. Don't get me wrong. But that would be hilarious if the discard pile beat the Three Lions for the Gold Cup. If Canada did, that's another Commonwealth nation. There's another funny wrinkle to that. Yeah, I believe you. It's going to be Spalletti. There's not even an interim. It's going to be Spalletti. Spalletti's taking over the Azzurri, which I love it. Spalletti's taking over the Azzurri, which just pretty much confirms that De Laurentiis pissed him off. But you know what? Whatever. I like Spalletti. Spalletti to the Azzurri. I love it. was the right move. Spalletti. I love it. I love it. 13th minute. England national teams like Spurs, but the difference is England actually has potential to win trophies. And they've won it. Well, no. They have won a trophy, but it was even before 2008. Like, there's probably a funny line. There's a little funny wrinkle in every possible Gold Cup final that England could lose. The USA, Revolutionary War rematch. Canada, the little brother of the Commonwealth, wins. Jamaica, leaving the Commonwealth, but it's England's discard pile. Italy, you can't say that UEFA got screwed. And England gets their heart broke by Italy again. Japan is still inferior to them, or at least they think Japan's inferior. Blue Lock owning, that's just probably funny to me, but England would still lose. So, Qatar. If there's a non-CONCACAF team, CONCACAF would want to win, it's Qatar. They could probably use that CONCACAF screwed us thing too there. But Argentina, there's nothing really funny about that. But it'd be nice to see Messi win a Gold Cup, though, since he already took over MLS. Technically, it'd be nice to see Messi win a Gold Cup. He already took over MLS. Might as well take over CONCACAF, too, while you're at it. Might as well. I would root for Messi over. I would root for him. Spalletti coach. Yeah. He just won the Scudetto. That's exactly as I said. I agree with that. Spurs a team to win the Premier League, but still dropped down to Europa League. Didn't win that tournament. They couldn't even win the Conference League. Spurs. They couldn't even win the Conference League. Past the post, 15th minute. They couldn't even win the conference. But yeah, Spalletti coached Napoli. He won the Scudetto. Then he left after winning the Scudetto because I guess De Laurentiis pissed him off, which I'm not surprised. That does not surprise me one bit. Mancini only wins trophies as an Italian in the team. 2011-12 had Balotelli on City. Then 21 he had a full Italian squad that included Ciro Immobile. So then why did he lose and not make the World Cup then? Or lose the Nations League? Despite Brazil having young players like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, but Neymar's going to the Saudi Pro League, how are you going to win Copa America? Doesn't matter. They'll still make the final. Well, okay. Well, Brazil, but Carlo Ancelotti, they actually sort of scare me again. Carlo Ancelotti always finds a way. Well, that's true. True. Can. You did use can. Carlo Ancelotti with Brazil, just because they have Carlo and Vinicius, they scare me now. They didn't scare me after the World Cup. I was like, yeah, they could be beaten. Even by a CONCACAF team, they could be beaten before the final. At this point, I don't know. I didn't say it'd be Canada. With Ancelotti and Vinicius? Well, if they play each other in the final, then Messi will win, yeah. And I'll root for Messi in that case. I do need an Argentina jersey. And cara Messi. Well, Club World Cup isn't the same. I mean, to him, it was probably awesome because Brazilians and Argentinians love the Club World Cup. But the Madrid fans, Europe doesn't really respect the Club World Cup. As you can see, the maneuvering since it became a bigger tournament and in the summer, or it will. You saw the maneuvering. But Brazilians and Argentinians, and I think Brazilians more, do respect the Club World Cup. So. Aguila do not need to win or draw next week to stay alive, at least not yet. That could change next week. 18th minute, 0-0, settle with settle. Motagua. Looks like they're dominating, but they got to push forward. Real España do need to beat Diddy on hand, though. Yep. Who thought that shit would go downhill drastically for Italy after they won the World Cup in 2026? Or 2006. Why did I say 20? 2006. 2026 hadn't even happened yet. I do not have the sports almanac from Back to the Future. I do not have the sports almanac from Back to the Future at all. I never thought so. I thought they'd still be great. But hey, at least they won the Euros, though. That was a good summer. Mississippi State winning the College World Series. The Canada woman winning the Olympics, and Italy winning the Euros. That was a good summer. I don't care. That was a good summer. I agree with that. Let's be real. Italy won that World Cup because Zidane lost his mind for 5 seconds. They still would have won on penalties. And that's down. Free kick. Yep, free kick at the top of the box from Motagua. And the Olancho players are pissed. That was a foul. I don't know why you're pissed. That was a foul. I don't know why you're pissed. If I was the ref, that's what I'd be saying. That was a straight-up foul. Maybe. Italy still would have won. Exactly. I hate to hear that. Tell her I said get well soon. Tell her that I'm praying for her. 19th minute. Free kick here. Fonseca. th minute free kick here from Motagua. Settle with settle. 0-0. Tata Martino will win his first trophy since winning the Gold Cup with Mexico in 2019 when he got sacked after the World Cup last year. Oh, yeah, the Leagues Cup. Who would win a World League? Well, that'd be basically the Club World Cup. Real Madrid. 20th minute. Free kick here. To be taken. Here's the shot. Past the post. Barely just past the post. Motagua almost took the lead there. They've been dominant for the first 20 minutes. Good shot, but past the post. International. Well, technically, isn't that... Who would win a World League? Oh, you're talking about a league of international teams. Okay. It wouldn't be England. I say Argentina, France. France. You know what? I'm going to go with France. I'm not disrespecting Messi, but over 34 games, you put out 20 international teams, the top 20 international teams. For me, it's got to be France. I think Kylian Mbappe over a league form with France would probably win. No knockouts. They don't lose games. Yeah, I think it would be France. I think it'd be France. Argentina would come top 4. I think they'd come second. But Argentina are more possible to lose games against the top 20 than France. I think France, if you look at their record, they lost the World Cup on penalties. They came back and almost won that damn game. They were dominant. they were more dominant than Argentina. Argentina got, I wouldn't say lucky, but Argentina had enough goals to send it to a shootout. France, I think they're more dominant. Griezmann will be at the World Cup in 26, most likely when his contract ends at Atletico Madrid. 22nd minute, yeah. Griezmann will probably be in MLS in 2 years. The year before the World Cup, probably. Just my guess. 22nd minute. Twenty-third minute. I can't wait for the 2025 Gold Cup either. Will Cristiano be at the 2026 World Cup? I think Messi's more likely to be at the 2026 World Cup than Cristiano. Just because Messi said he won't, I think that'll change. I think Messi is going to take it. As you could see, he didn't completely retire from the national team immediately. I think he wants to take it year by year. If he thinks he can still play there, he will. He doesn't know if he would be. He doesn't know if he'll be there. I think that's the way I took it. To me, I think he's going year by year. If he thinks he can still play the 2026 World Cup or be part of the squad during qualifiers and then play the World Cup, I think he will play the Copa America. That is for sure. I think he would also play a 2025 Gold Cup. If he thinks he can still handle it, which I think he'll be able to play the level he is because he's a very more tactical player, a very more methodical player, I think Messi will still play at 2026. I think, and he's also retired before from the Argentina national team. So just because I don't believe he's retired until he's really retired. I think, to me, he's taking it year by year. If he thinks he can play and still make a difference, I think he'll play. Yes, he got his World Cup, but I still think he could play in 26 and go again for one more run. I think he can. Cristiano, if Roberto Martinez is dumb enough to let Cristiano play even on the bench in 2026, I think Cristiano is going to be even worse in 26. Even if he's still scoring goals, you have Gonzalo Ramos. Who's still going to be a very good player in 2026. He'll be even better than he was last. So you think Cristiano, one, wants to be on the bench? Second of all, do you actually think he wants to sit behind Gonzalo Ramos? I don't think so. Playing forward, 25th minute. I don't think so. I don't think Cristiano would want to sit behind Gonzalo Ramos. No. So I don't think Cristiano plays 26. He scored in 5 World Cups, and then he went to Saudi, so he's a liar. Cristiano's a liar. And Messi's actually, his legacy is probably grown. Messi's legacy is probably going to grow because he went to Miami, not tarnish it. So, exactly. Gonzalo Ramos, and they'll probably have another striker that comes out to be the backup for Portugal by 2026. So I think Cristiano's done with Portugal. He may play the next year. He did go back in the last window. Messi, he can still play to 2026. I think he will play in 2026. I don't care what he said. I think he'll still be, unless there's a freak injury that he normally doesn't have, he will play in 2026. He will still have it. Messi will still have it. And he'll notice that, and he'll play. I think he's not ruling it out. When he said he's not playing in 26, I think he was saying it's likely that I don't. That's what I think he was saying, but I want to. But I know it may not happen because who knows how Father Time reacts. Do I think he will? With the way he plays football, do I think he could still play silky smooth and be a meaningful player for Argentina and maybe even start in 2026? Yes. And I think he knows that too. But again, Father Time can snap like that. And he knows that as well. And I think that's why he said it. I don't think he's completely ruling it out either. To me, he already had his World Cup, so he could say it. I think personally Messi will still play in 2026. I don't see him falling off. I don't see him having a freak injury. I don't see him falling off. I think he'd still play and even start for Argentina in 2026. And I think he would want to show that love to the USA to repay the love that they showed him over his MLS tenure. And he might still be in MLS throughout that season. He'll play Copa America. He'll play Gold Cup. I think he'll play at the World Cup. He'll play at all three. Just a hunch. He's going to have a last stand at the Copa America. He's going to have a one stand at the Gold Cup. And he's going to have the last stand at the World Cup. To repeat, I should say. A stand to repeat for both the Copa and World Cup. And then he'll also have a stand for the Gold Cup. But I guess last stand, because it is definitely his last run. Last cycle. Griezmann might go to LAFC. No, I think Orlando is more likely. I think Montreal is more likely. 29th minute. I think Montreal is honestly more likely for Griezmann if they would spend money. 29th minute. Motagua playing pretty well. Motagua looking like the better team so far. It's a matter of time before they score a goal here against Olancho. I don't believe it till it happens. There's no way Mexico makes the final in 26. The Simpsons are wrong, but they didn't account for the fact that FMF is so corrupt. Or maybe they didn't, or maybe they thought the Lamborghini. Maybe they knew about the Lamborghini the whole time. Maybe the Simpsons knew the whole time about the Lamborghini. Maybe they've always known. Subanse al Lamborghini. Maybe they've always known. And maybe the Simpsons are always right. I don't know. If there's any reason why Mexico would win the World Cup in 2026, it's Lamborghini carrying them to doing it. If anybody could, it's Jimmy Lozano. It's Jimmy Lozano that could get Mexico to win the World Cup and punch above their weight. It's Jimmy Lozano. Nobody else could. Hell, they almost won the Olympics. I believe in Jimmy Lozano. I believe in Jimmy Lozano. Did anybody see that HITC 7's video he just did about Mexico? It was a pretty good video. He researched it well because he was right. He hit on everything. So I give it the stamp of approval from the CONCACAF side of things. Alfie did a damn good job on it. He did a damn good job on that video about Mexico. He did an amazing job on it. Stamp of approval. He did an amazing. He does amazing videos, but if it's CONCACAF, I'll make sure he's not talking out of his ass. He did not. He did a Mexico standalone video 2 days ago, yesterday. Well, maybe Infantino has a plan. Maya gets a yellow card, 31st minute. He did a Mexico standalone video just yesterday. No, not now, especially if Herdman leaves. Well, no, if we get Hervé Renard and Herdman leaves, that's fine. We may. And maybe the freaking Federation being crap. No, he was right about that too. To me personally, if Herdman leaves to Toronto FC, I would hope that Canada goes for Hervé Renard. Hervé Renard. You have to. You have to. Don't even let him slip. That's the one. That's actually realistic. I think Hervé Renard would be realistic if Herdman was to go to TFC. If Herdman was to move on to TFC, which would be good for Toronto, I think the next manager, it shouldn't be Phil Neville. No way. It should be Hervé Renard. I think Hervé Renard would be amazing. It's Honduras. Olancho's from Honduras. It's Honduran versus Honduran team here. Honduras. Olancho is a new super club. They've been built into a super club. Not a super club, but a super team. Trying to build something special here. 33rd minute, 0-0. Settle was settled. Imagine if Herdman fails at TFC too. I wouldn't say Herdman's failed with Canada. He got found out. No problem. I think Herdman would do just fine at TFC. I think he'll do fine. He'll at least paper over some cracks, at least for a couple of years, if that's what it is. But for me, I think Herdman would make TFC better. I think Hervé Renard, I think it might be right time. I think the time might be right to move on from Herdman for Canada, even though he did have that game against the U.S. in the Gold Cup where he almost sort of pulled that one out. If it weren't for Scott Kennedy, they would have tactically pulled that one out. I think Herdman moving on to TFC and then Canada going for a guy like Hervé Renard would be perfect. I think Hervé Renard could at least keep us at the level that Herdman did, if not grow them. I like Hervé Renard. I think he could do it. He beat Argentina. I don't think Herdman could, if we're being honest. Besides, he also speaks French. We could have a bilingual, perfect. It'd be bilingual, French and English, just like Canada. Perfect. Because Hervé Renard can speak English too. Perfect. I mean, what's the no? Herdman to TFC, Hervé Renard to Canada. And Beth Priestman still coaches the women. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I don't think he would fail. I'd be angry. I would be absolutely angry that they'd be stupid enough to do that. Like they would just switch. I'd be angry. I would snap. I would snap if Canada basically just switched Herdman for Bradley. TFC would be better, but Canada, that'd be par for the course. They wouldn't go, yeah, they would probably do something like that. It wouldn't be Hervé Renard. It'd be Bob Bradley. Be like, oh, he almost beat Spain in 2009. I would snap. And John Herdman's English. And Hervé Renard's French. Beth Priestman's English. It doesn't matter what I guess it's worse if they're American. I mean, Canada has nothing to do with England or France. At least right now. Zambrano was Venezuelan. Flora was Spanish. Does it really matter? Frank Yallop was our last. Well, Steven. No. Bob Bradley's American. I know, but my point being is Canada's managers. Heiner Moeller was Danish. You want to go through both teams? Heiner Moeller was Danish. Bev Priestman was English. Herdman, English, or is. Herdman, English. Zambrano, Venezuelan. Floro, Spanish. Our last Canadian manager was Yallop. Stephen Hart. I don't think they care about the nationality of the manager. Especially if you want to be better. No disrespect to Stephen Hart. But, come on now. So, I don't think there's a... Hervé Renard is French. So you're fine with a Frenchman, but not an American? I guess you could sort of pass off a Frenchman as a Canadian, though. I mean, because, the dual languages. And he's also bilingual, so you could. Be like, he's closer. He's close enough. You kind of get a, He could assimilate better. He's bilingual. 38th minute. I just wanted to. I mean, Bob Bradley's not a talented manager. I don't care about his nationality. I care about the fact he's crap. So it's about he's crap, not his nationality. Hervé Renard beat Argentina. And I don't think it was his fault that France lost in the Women's World Cup. I think the French women were frauds. I think Hervé Renard brought them farther than they would have been had they didn't have him. So there's that. No, I don't believe it. And I don't want no bridge you're selling. I don't want no oceanfront property in Arizona. I don't want the Golden Gate in free. None of that. But I don't believe it. 38th minute. So I think it matters about their level. I think it matters about the manager's level. Bob Bradley is an idiot. He's finished. He's been finished since he went to frickin' Swansea. He's just had players to cover it. Finally, the players didn't cover it because they saw through his bullshit. You think Canada's going to do any better? So, that's my point. That means Alfie did a good video. That means he did a pretty good video. He wasn't talking out of his ass. I told you it was a good video. It's like, yep. Like everything was like, yep. He hit it all. Astros aren't really good this year. That's why. Astros are getting close, but Astros have fallen off a bit. Called a World Series hangover. We're talking about the Texas Rangers. Tampa's getting devastated on pitching, and well, their best player is 40th minute. Well, their best player I do hate it for Tampa. Shot. Save. But so the Orioles are actually pretty good though. So but when you lose all your pitchers to injury and your best player to being a degenerate, well, that's just a PG way to say it. Yeah, you probably won't be first place, even if you're in the AL East. And then the Wolves, the Orioles are good. The Jays will catch up on the Rays. I'll say that right now. They will catch up. 41st minute. What's your thoughts on Ricky Puig of the LA Galaxy? Good player. I'm happy to see the Yankees in 5th. Ricky Puig, good player. I think MLS is he's really good in MLS. Sadly, the Galaxy suck. Maybe that keeps him a little bit longer. I like Ricky Puig. I think he's a good player. Very good player. Yeah, Bruce Bochy is doing well with the Rangers. I've always respected Bruce Bochy as a manager. I think he's always been a good general type manager. And the reason why he left the Giants is they basically told him, you go with analytics or we'll get rid of you or put you out the pasture. And he didn't want to start going with analytics. He wanted to go with his gut. I respect it. And then he moved on. Also had some health problems when he left, but he combated those, and now he's back, and he's doing it his way. I respect Boch. Even though I don't like the Giants, I really don't like the Texas Rangers, I respect Bruce Bochy. I do. I wish more managers be like him. Do it by their gut. Forget analytics. I respect analytics, but that's not the end all be all. It's not the end all be all. I do believe in analytics, but not to a religious degree. I think analytics should be part of the decision, but not the whole decision. You know? Yeah, the Washington football team GM quote. Yep. The culture is actually really good. It's damn good. That's sad to hear. That's sad to hear. Washington. But to me, I think analytics are useful, but they're not a religion. They're not absolute. They're not absolute. Sometimes you got to be like, yeah, this guy ain't doing it. Now, if you look at his, well, one, he doesn't know shit about hockey and he don't know about college football. So, you think I'd be pissed about him going to Canada? Trust me, if you went to the Leafs or Mississippi State, I'd be like, what the hell are you doing? That'd be like a reverse Ted Lasso. I'd be like, you thought Joe Moorhead was bad. What the hell are you doing? You thought Dave Nonis was bad? What the hell are you doing? There's one for the Leafs and for Mississippi State. No, Dave Nonis was the GM, but still he did not know what he was doing. Randy Carlisle. And then he quit. Then he gave it back to Bobby Cox. He realized how hard it was. He called back as soon as he could. He called back Bobby Cox. He was like, yeah, I may have screwed up firing you and then making you the GM and then firing you and getting rid of you. Yeah, I might have made a mistake. Yeah. And then you have the 90s Braves. You know, so for all of one game. Here's a chance. Motagua blocked away. Bobby Cox was a damn good manager. Ted Turner got rid of him. It was like, you know what? Yeah, I made a mistake. Well, at least Ted knew when he was wrong. Exactly. And then you got the 90s Braves, so it all played out well. So they should have won more rings, but, you know, whatever. It has been a pretty good day. 3.5 more minutes. But then again, can you really say Ted Turner knew when he was wrong? Because he gave a blank checkbook to Eric Bischoff. Well, technically WCW died when he had his company ripped out from under him. But did he really know when he was wrong? Because he never took away the empty checkbook from Eric Bischoff. And then WCW died. And then the funniest part is, then what, 20 years late, 18 years later, AOL Time Warner were like, we want wrestling again. And then they put out WCW 2.0, AEW. Have you not? What changed in 18 years? That is crazy. Like, what changed in 18 years that made him just basically do WCW Part 2? Exactly. But, I mean, it was going down the tubes. Like, I guess maybe that's just WWE writing the story, but it was going down the tubes. I mean, WCW 2000 was some weird stuff. Like, it was some weird stuff. And that's why it's so funny they have AEW, because they've already pulled the plug on wrestling once. once. And you're telling me they might not do it again? AEW's even stopped being hot. And then Vince bought it. And then Shane wanted to reboot WCW. And they never did it. Then it became the invasion angle. And, well, that wasn't good. It wasn't a good angle. That was not a good angle. Then Shane wanted to reboot WCW as a separate brand after WWE bought it from Eric. Shane wanted to set it up as a new brand. Remember the Big Bang pay-per-view. And then it becomes the invasion angle. And that was horrible. That was not a good angle. That was ugh. Ugh. Cross in 48th minute. Yeah, I think I heard about that. But still, Eric could have kept it alive. Sorry about that. I feel bad. At least you got rehired, but I feel bad. 49th minute. I feel bad. I wonder why. Yeah, I agree with that. Paul was a con man. Or Paul is a con man. But let's be honest, anybody in the wrestling business is a con man. 49th minute, halftime, 0-0, 0-0, medio tiempo. I don't have WCW versus NWO. I would like to get it. I have N64. So I could get it. I've never played it, though. Or No Mercy. I should get those, though. 0-0 at the half, 0-0. Motagua's been the better team. Let's see if they could turn that into goals in the second half. Let's see. You know, it would be hilarious if England replaced Southgate with Bacala or Vlatko. Well, that would be hilarious. And I don't like the three lines, so that would be hilarious for me. I agree with that. And then they brought back ECW instead. Remember the zombie? Remember the zombie? The zombie? Remember December to Dismember or whatever? Remember that Elimination Chamber match? The Extreme Elimination Chamber? Ugh. Ugh. They never did another WWE ECW pay-per-view after that. No. Yeah, I agree with that, but Vince wanted to bury WCW. That was the problem. And ever since the invasion angle, if he ever brought in somebody from WCW, guess what? Besides Goldberg, they all got buried. And didn't Brock go out beating Goldberg and then Goldberg walked? Yeah. Sting, remember? Sting came in to end the Authority. Scorpion death drops Seth Rollins, puts Dolph Ziggler over him. Dolph wins the Authority versus Team Cena match. Then Sting comes in, wrestles Triple H at WrestleMania, has the NWO and DX run in, and by the way, well, he was Wolfpack, but now black and white. And then Triple H beats Sting. And then at Clash of Champions, Sting gets hurt by Seth Rollins during the WWE title match. Seth Rollins goes over. I think he was always going to go over. I don't think the injury changed anything. He buried Sting. Vince buried WCW. Any chance he got, except for Hogan as well, because, you know, Hogan, well, the Mr. America thing, you want to call that a burial? I guess you could. I don't. It's still Hogan. Like, I mean, Hogan got the best of Vince in that scenario anyway. So, I don't call it a burial. Hall and Nash, Yeah, I agree with that. Booker is amazing. I've always liked Booker. His ring work was amazing. I don't know how you book Booker or boo Booker, I should say. But I agree with that. And there's still that trouble with AEW. Exactly. Exactly. I kind of have a feeling though they got him and said, "We're going to give you a Mania main event. We're not going to tell you how it goes until it happens, though, because we love to rewrite stuff, you know." And he took it. Yeah. He was going to bury Hogan. Then Hogan got over on Rock from the start in Toronto. The fans wanted Hogan again. True. True. Saw a 15 budget build, a starting five list, had Paul George at power forward. Paul George is the shooting guard. How do you screw that up? That being said, we'll take a halftime break, short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight. We'll be back 0-0 at the half. Settle was settle. Miedo tiempo. Sit tight. We'll be back. For the stats of the half, yeah, and then AEW is not even that really good anymore, and it's pretty much a reboot except new faces, but the similar type of booking. Tony Khan is a money mark. Stats at the half are as follows: 5 shots to 3, 3 shots on goal to 1, 6 steals to 4, 11 fouls to 7, 49% possession to 51% possession, 3 offside to 1 corner kick to 0, 123 correct passes to 153, 34 incorrect passes to 12, 157 passes to 165, 78% pass accuracy to 93, 1 yellow card to 2, no red cards on either side, 0-0 at the half, settle was settled. I think Motagua's been the better team. I think Motagua has played better forward. I think they've had more chances on net. Well, they have had more shots and more chances on net, but I think Motagua has kept the possession, the pace moving forward. I think they look like the better side. I think they look like the more likely side to win. It is a tight game, just like the Alajuelense Olancho game. But again, Olancho's on the road against the two biggest teams. But for me, I think Olancho, they're just not up to par to Motagua. I think in the end, Motagua is definitely playing with their food a little bit as well, which is why this game's a draw. I think Olancho's doing just enough to make sure that if they're going to play with their food, they're not going to bite them. So that's where we are. I think the second half will change. I don't think it'll be a blowout by any means, but I think Motagua is going to realize they got to put this one away, even though they do have 6 points. If they want to get through and know they're in the quarterfinals, at the end of the night, they got to win. And I think they will. I think they'll find a way to do it. I think they also sort of played with their food the past 2 games, and they still got it done. I think Motagua in all 3 matches have been sort of they've played with their food. They've played with their food. Verdes they beat up. My bad. I think they could have done worse though. I think Motagua could have done worse. They could have scored in the first half too. So I guess in that thought process, the first half, they could have scored in the first half of that game as well. It could have been 6 or 7. They won 1-0, 2-0 last week against Sporting San Miguelito, but they really played with their food there as well. And here the same. And they played at home there. So they will be going to Alajuelense to play Alajuelense in week 5, the final match day and the final match of the group stage. So there you go. 2 more match weeks in this tournament. Next week and the week after, it'll be all done by the end of August. So, as of now, Motagua has 7 points in the standings. We will go through each standings group at the end of this match round. Group A, Saprissa has 6 points with 2 wins, no draws, no losses. They have 2 more to play. They have 6 points. Universitario, they had a bye week this week. 1 win, 1 draw, no losses, 4 points. Coban Imperial has 1 game to play. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss, 4 points. They're in trouble. They do not control their own destiny. Cartagenas, 1 win, 1 loss, no draws, 3 points. Jokero, 3 losses, no wins, no draws. They're out, 0 points. Jokero was eliminated. Saprissa's in the catbird seat. Universitario and Cartagenas are controlling their own destiny. Coban Imperial have a chance to get through, but they only have... They have a chance to get through, but they do not control their own destiny. Why are they showing a commercial for the Gold Cup when it just ended? A month ago. Well, that's weird. Group B. Real Esteli has 9 points. They have moved through. We know they're in the quarterfinals. 3 wins, no draws, no losses. CAI, Club Atlético Independiente de la Chorrera, 1 win, 1 draw, no losses, 4 points. They're in second. Xelajú, 1 win, 0 draws, 2 losses. They have 3 points. If they lose to Olympia, they will be eliminated. If they win, they still have a chance for second place. Olympia is in fourth. They have 2 matches to play. 1 draw, 1 loss, no wins, 1 point. If they win out, they will finish second. If they win out, they'll finish second because they have to play Xelajú and Foz. Foz has 2 matches to play, but if they were to win, they would only have 3 points if Olympia were to beat them. Xelajú would only have 6 if they were to win, but then that could put them through. Olympia would only have 4 if they were to beat Foz. So Olympia has to win out. Xelajú, that game will decide their fate and decide Olympia's pretty much, at least the possibility of them having a chance. CAI has to play 2 more games. They would have to play Real Esteli, and they drew Olympia. They beat Xelajú. They would have to play Foz. So they should win that as well. 7 points. Then you got to hope about the goal differential. You got to hope they lose to Esteli and hope for the goal differential. Group C. Herediano in first. 2 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses, 7 points. Comunicaciones in second. 2 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, 6 points. Herediano's played an extra match. Comunicaciones has a game in hand. They're on their bye week. Aguila has a win. They just won. 1 win, 0 draws, 1 loss, 3 points. They could still get 2 more wins. That would make them 9 points. Comunicaciones could still get 12. 10 points for Herediano. So Aguila has to hope. They got to beat Herediano. Didionhen is eliminated with 1 point after playing 3 matches. That's the one reason why they're eliminated. 0 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses, 1 point. Real España has 2 losses and 0 points. But they still alive, but they have to win out and hope they get some help. That is going to be tough. With that being said, Group D, Motagua at 7 points right now live. 7 points. Alajuelense at 6 points. San Miguelito at 3. Olancho at 1 with a live table. Verdez at 0. Verdez has played 3 games. They've been eliminated, of course. They've been eliminated because even if they got 3 points, they would still have a horrible goal differential. Olancho loses, they would be eliminated. No, they wouldn't. They have 2 games. They could win. They could get 6 points. But Motagua wins and then Alajuelense wins over Miguelito. They would be eliminated no matter what they do. So they're on the precipice. If they lose, they would be on the precipice. 7 points, they could still, if Alajuelense loses. But if they draw or lose, Olancho's on the precipice. They're not eliminated, but they're on the precipice. San Miguelito, they got to win out to take one of these top 2 spots. Motagua, if they win, they'll be straight into the quarterfinals. So we'll find out what happens in the second half. If that makes Olancho have 0 points, and either way, they're on the precipice. They're not out. But depending on what happens with Alajuelense next week, even if they were to win, if Alajuelense were to win next week, Olancho would be out no matter what if they lose tonight. Even if they were to win. Eagles and Browns ended in a tie, no overtime. Well, yeah, it's preseason. Doesn't surprise me. I know, really. Yeah, I don't know. Because of the talent TFC has on their squad, have you ever wondered why TFC isn't the best in MLS and CONCACAF for that matter? Done destroy most teams. They play despite having more talent than most MLS and Liga MX CONCACAF teams. Bill Manning's an idiot. Thank you very much. MLS is starting back on Sunday. So that's why I'm doing TFC on Sunday, because they play again. I did not miss seeing them play. I just hope they win. But Sunday, so this weekend, MLS starts again as well, except for the teams that made the semifinal. 45th minute, because they have to play on Saturday, of course. And Charlotte doesn't play because they were playing Miami first anyway. So, in the league. So that got postponed. And I guess the other teams of the games that got postponed aren't playing either. So whoever was playing Nashville, whoever was playing Philly. Bunt cake. That sounds good. That sounds really good. 46th minute, we're back. Yep. Atletico Madrid has ownership of Potos, San Luis, Atletico San Luis, and Atletico Ottawa. They own both. That sounds awesome. Chocolate bundt cake with white frosting. That sounds awesome. 47th minute. 0-0, settle. Motagua, if they win, they're through. They know they'll be through. They don't know if they'll be first or second, but they know they'll be through. Then they have a bye week, and then they play the game against Alajuelense. So they still got to play league games, but they do have an advantage, at least in Central American Cup. Or you could say it's a disadvantage. Having a bye week and knowing you're through, that could be a disadvantage, depending on the way you look at it. But they're going to Alajuelense as well, so if Alajuelense gets the job done, it's going to be 1 versus 2 for first place. And they know they're going through. They got to just play each other for first. Who's winning? It's 0-0. It's a draw so far. 0-0. I say Motagua is the better team, but draw so far. Long ball played. Here's a shot over the bar by Olancho. That'll be a goal kick for Rougier. That was the chance for Olancho. That was the chance. That goes over the bar. For Tejada, that goes over the bar. I'm still going to do the video, yes. Not everybody heard my predictions. It's going to get its own video. And besides, there's going to be a thought process. I'll put my thought process in there. I'll preview the matches and predict the matches. Maybe less for the third place match. I may kick off the video with that and I'll give my thought process and all that. But mostly it'll be about the final. But I'll give both tomorrow. Don't worry. Player down for Olancho. Even if I revealed them. But not everybody heard it. So, you know, it ain't too bad. 49th minute, 0-0, settle a settle. The FA wants Serena Wiegman to replace Gareth Southgate for the England men's team, so the U.S. women's team are probably not going to get her. Yeah, I didn't think they would. But that's why England said they were going to ward off all offers for Wiegman. They want to pull a John Herdman, don't they? They want to have Wiegman pull a John Herdman. You know what? It might just work. I don't know if that's if she wins the World Cup or if that's just that they got into the final. Just focused on the Women's World Cup. I watched the press conference on Golasso, but I don't think he said anything in English. I think they trolled us. Like, I watched the press conference on Golasso. He didn't say nothing in English at all because they were showing the press conference on Golasso Network. He didn't say anything in English. Which I feel trolled, to be honest. Lo mejor es el Olimpia. Sí. Más grande de Honduras es Olimpia. Sí. Sí. Crazy. Well, first season since we've known who they were. 51st minute, settle was settled. 0-0. Olancho equipo chico. Motagua. Motagua Club de Fracaso. Yeah, that works for me. Motagua es Club de Fracaso. Olancho equipo chico. .52nd minute. Playing forward. That should be a free kick. Yep, free kick at the top of the box from Motagua. Falta. Maja. Foul. Yeah, that's definitely a foul. Saludos de Alabama, Birmingham. Saludos, Alabama. Saludos. How do you say roll, tide, roll in Spanish? or War Eagle. I don't know. I don't know if they're Auburn or Alabama fan. I say either way. How you say War Eagle in Spanish? War damn Eagle. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that would be awesome. 54th minute. 0-0. Bandwagon. Cross in. Shot. Goal. It's off the line. It's over the line. Goal. No. No. It's not over the line. Or is it a goal? Throw in? What? It is 1-0. What the hell is going on? I thought that went over the line. What? I think that went over the line, and we got a big old fight. Maybe. It's a goal. I think it is. Goal de Olimpia. 1-0. Rolls over the line. The free kick rolls over the line. I think it did. I say goal. Goal de Olimpia. Goal de Olimpia. 1-0. Sets up a fight, though. The opponents are not happy. I mean, it did roll over the line, but it doesn't matter. There's no VAR, so it's up to the referee, and it depends on what the linesman saw, which that could change it, but there's no VAR. There's no goal line technology. I think that went over the line. I think that went over. It is a goal. Goal for Olimpia. Goal de Olimpia. Goal de Motagua. Idiot. I screwed that. Goal de Motagua. See, that even got me going crazy. Goal de Motagua. Goal de Motagua. I mean, Olancho. I don't know how I screwed that up. Oh, they knocked the flag off. Goal for Motagua. Goal for Motagua. Maya scores. Yerson Maya took the free kick. He scored it. Yep. Yerson Maya took the free kick and scored it. Rolled it in. Or Yerson Maya. Brawl, I see. SL Motagua. Yerson Maya puts it. Yeah, it went over. It went over the line. That's not even a question. It went over. It's over the line. Fonseca doesn't get there. It goes over the line. It sneaks into the goal. Olancho's losing their heads, which, now that went over the line. I don't even know. That was my bad. Yerson Maya scores. That's my bad. Goal Motagua. Goal de Motagua. Goal de Maya. Way over the line. Yeah, it fully crossed the line. That broke my brain. That's my fault. This game just broke my brain. 55th minute. It went over. That's not the part that broke my brain. It was the fight. I was confused for a second there. 1-0, 1-0. Clearly over the line. Goal de Motagua. Yerson Maya rolls it in. Fonseca doesn't get there in time. Is that what puts them through? That one was definitely by millimeters. No, that was clearly over the line. Clearly over. You couldn't really tell until they showed the side. I think you could tell there. As you should. But technically, isn't that on vacation? Technically, isn't that a vlog on vacation, or is a travel vlog different in your book? Technically, I don't know. Wouldn't that technically... okay, break your rule, but okay, sure. Goal de Motagua, 55th minute. Yerson Maya scored. As it stands now, Motagua are through to the quarterfinals. Yep. They will be through to the quarterfinals. It just depends on what place they get if this score holds in the 58th minute. Man, I wish they had VAR. Not that would have been changed, but I cannot believe it. Olancho lost their heads. That's the exception to the rule because Vlogmas and Messi. There we go. Yeah, that's true. Yellow card. Free kick, Olancho. Free kick for Olancho. The GOAT stands, you stand with him. Yep. Yassine Bono is going to the Saudi League. Roja. Cross in. Headed away. Maya gets a second yellow card. Carlos Maya gets a second yellow card. Tarjeta roja. Doblete amarilla. Tarjeta roja. Carlos Maya. Motagua. Roja. Tarjeta roja. Carlos Maya. Out of the game. Second yellow. Doblete amarilla. Could this be a problem? I don't like. Yeah, he got sent off. Let's see if Motagua holds on with that fact. 60th minute. They got 30 minutes plus stoppage time. They have the goal. Good play. CONCACAF after dark. Yep, yellow card. Altamirano gets a yellow. Tarjeta roja Altamirano. I just hope this doesn't. I hope it doesn't either. Ball barely crossing the line and rest taking forever to figure it out is definitely part of CONCACAF after dark. True. Lamal. Hey! 62nd minute. Mallorquin gets a yellow card as well for Olancho. Motagua has to hold on. They got their goal, but they're down a man. They have to find a way to hold on for the last 28 minutes of the game. 28 minutes of the match. Be good if they scored another goal, but yellow card, yep. Gomez gets a yellow for Olancho. Hey! Hey! What part of the game is this? Yeah. Cross in, headed away. 64th minute. Mm-hmm. 64th minute. Three substitutions: Fernandez, Monaco, and Abbott. Tejeda's coming off. Monaco for Altamirano is the sub. First sub they're showing at least. '65th minute. 1-0 Motagua. Pichardo for Teja. Pichardo for Tejeda is the sub. Fernandez for Calix is the three subs. '66th minute. Saludos. 66th minute. 1-0 Motagua. Corner. Tiro de esquina de la Olancho. 67th minute. See if Motagua can clear this. As of now, if this score holds, Motagua will move on to the quarterfinals, no matter what the result is against Alajuelense. Cross in. Header. That'll go out for goal kick for Ujier. Who do you think will win Copa Libertadores? Did I say? I'm trying to remember who I said last night. Boca Juniors. Boca Juniors, yeah. That's what I said, I think. Yeah, Boca Juniors. 67th minute. Motagua's doing what they need to do. So far, yes. They're going to hate if they didn't score in the first half, though, if they don't hang on. Because they could have easily scored the first half. They should be winning by more than one. But now they're down a man. They got to focus on holding on for the next 23 minutes. Or 22. Playing plus stoppage time. playing forward here is Motagua. That's true. Free kick and a yellow card. I think that's a bit harsh, but okay. Harsh, but okay. Pereira gets the yellow card. Pereira gets the yellow card, 69th minute. Sora coming on for Martinez. Martinez coming off. Is the referee doing a good job, or is this somewhat rigged? I think he's doing a good job. It's been chaos, but Soda for Martinez is the sub, 69th minute. I don't think it's rigged. '70th minute. 20 more minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Motagua is not, they can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but they don't have the light. They're not to the light yet. They have seen the light. They have seen the light at the end of the tunnel. They're getting close, but it's like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Plays in. Here's a chance. Long shot past the post. If that went in, that could have been the one. But no. Wide by Lopez. It goes wide. He wishes he could have that one back. He saw the opportunity to put Motagua in a very good position with the last 20 minutes to go, but wasn't meant to be. That was the chance. Are they going to regret not getting it, not converting it? We will find out. 71st minute. The time is ticking like sands through the hourglass. Time is ticking. Motagua trying to get through this group and state their claim as the big two in Honduras. And to keep Olancho from getting their statement win as their super club selves. That's past the posts. Goal kick. Offside. It is a goal kick. 72nd. Getting close to the 72nd minute. Olancho want to make a statement. Motagua want to stay the big team. The second biggest team in the country. And get through to the group. Get through to the knockout stage. Be the second team to qualify to the quarterfinals. Take that second ticket off the paper. Take that second ticket off the paper. And only leave 6. They got to hold on. Lopez down. Is that a free kick? But he gets the ball back. Advantage played. Lost ball. Second ball picked up. Motagua. Motagua. Here's a chance. Encara. Motagua. Still in through. Behind the net. That is a goal kick. '73rd minute. It is getting tense. Olancho's been knocking on the door since the red card, but Motagua's had some moments. Free kick in the defensive zone. 1-0. 1-0. Motagua. They're playing well. They should have scored the first half. They should have scored that chance Lopez just had a couple of minutes ago, and they'd be feeling comfortable. But now, they got to hold on. Olancho is knocking at that door. my friends. They are knocking at that door to make that statement and keep Motagua party, their clinching celebration, to make them wait 2 weeks. Well, who knows? Maybe they have to win against Alajuelense if they don't win here. Or even if they draw, that could still stop their clinching ceremony. Whatever they party about. 74th, however they party. 74th minute. No foul. Here's a break. Here's a run. Here's a chance. Good defensive clearance. And that will go out for a throw for Olancho. Hyping up the crowd is Motagua. Pepsi. Vega and Roches. Osmendi comes off for Roches. 74th minute. Coca-Cola is better anyway. I agree. CM Punk would disagree, but I agree with you. Hell, Dr. Pepper is better. Vega for Pereira. Vega for Pereira is the sub. 75th minute. 25 or 15 more minutes plus stoppage time. Will Motagua find the answer? Will they find what they're looking for? '75th minute. Mountain Dew is probably PepsiCo's best drink. I agree. Yellow card for Rougier, and he ain't happy about it. Oh boy. 76th minute. Thoughts on Vlogmas? I mean, it's kind of like Veda, you know? It's kind of like Veda. Video every day in April or one of those type of things. I've done a Veda before when we were in lockdown. But I'm okay with those types of things, you know? I'm good with Vlogmas. I'm good with Veda. I'm good with things like that. I have no problem with those types of series. It's hard to do, you know, it's hard to do, especially if you're trying to vlog every day of a month. I mean, I guess it's sort of like a post every day in December thing as well. But from my experience of doing that Veda the one time we were in lockdown, because of course, '77th minute. Nice. It's sort of a hard thing to do. So yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. I guess with all the stuff I do in April, though, I could do a Veda and just cover the days that aren't football with something else. Which I guess for me, that ain't too bad. But, you know, or, well, December, there's still a good enough amount of football that I could probably fill in the gaps if I wanted to do a Vlogmas. But, and then, of course, the best of reels. But I could. I'm not against doing a thing like that again. Veda or Vlogmas, whatever you want to. Type of series like that. 78th minute. I guess it moved from April to December, but, you know. Oh, could that be? Nope. 78th minute. Am I the only one who's ever... Because Veda was a thing back in the early 2010s. Like Jory Caron did it, the microwave show guy. Some other people did it. That idea always stuck in my mind. And then, well, when you have lockdown and you're like, why not try it, you know? Sort of a test, you know. It was sort of a Lopez for Argueta's the move. I'm taking off Lopez for Argueta. Because you know how YouTube is. If you stop posting, they sort of take you out of the algorithm. Like, you got to keep on going. So, '79th minute. So, you know. But, yeah, Vlogmas, I guess, is the new version of Veda. People don't do it in April no more. They do it at Christmas time and holiday time, which I guess is better. But, so, yeah, I don't have no problem with series like that. 79th minute. 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go, or 11 plus stoppage time to go. Free kick for Motagua here. Brought down. Cross in. Headed away. Olancho has sort of stopped knocking at the door, but they always have a chance to do that. 10 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. 80th minute. Hopefully Philly takes the third place seriously. Interesting. Fall coming back, you know what that means. Pumpkin spice, pumpkin patches, Halloween. What was that movie on Cartoon Network all the time on Halloween? Leaves falling. Okay. Might be Scary Godmother. It was the 3D one, haunted, like the haunted house. Carcamo gets a yellow card for Olancho, 82nd minute. I mean, if they want to win, they better. I'm not going to hold it against them. If they want to win, I mean, Monterey is freaking out of gas. If they play like barbarians, they're going to win the match. Or at least take it to penalties. They need to score a goal or two, but you know what? I'm sure they're going to put everything in for Champions Cup because they know they could easily get there if they put everything into the match. So, and they know Monterey are vulnerable. So I wouldn't hold it against them. That'd be a smart play. If they want to win, play like barbarians. Sometimes the ends justify the means. You know that, right? Sometimes the ends justify the means. Villatoro coming on for Olancho. 83rd minute. Villatoro for Gomez. Sometimes the ends justify the means. '83rd minute. Philly wins. It might be 2-1 or 2-0 or 2-1. Yeah, I think it's more likely to win a shootout, though, in that case. Shot over the bar. Motagua has sort of made this game. They've sort of stopped. They have definitely stopped Olancho from knocking on the door. They have definitely calmed this game down. They probably will hold on. But again, they have 5 minutes, 6 minutes plus. Probably around 10 minutes more to play overall. They got to make sure there's time. There is time to not lose the game, but draw the game and not go through until next week. Other results, of course. So, love how Nashville fans are saying we want Messi in a chant. They're asking to lose at that point. Yeah, look what the Leafs fans did when they got Florida. Yeah. Yeah, don't chant we want Bama. Don't chant we want X. Because if you chant we want somebody, you're going to probably lose. I don't care how bad that team is. You're going to ask for it. When you realize you're still in fall, when you're in the Christmas spirit. That happens to me all the time. 85th minute. What if Monterey wins third place? Who gets the extra spot in Champions League? Leon. It'll be Leon. MLS already brought this up, or Leagues Cup itself. It'll be Leon. It'll be Leon. Club Leon will be in the Champions Cup if Monterey wins third place. Philly will have to qualify through MLS, which they probably will. 86th minute, headed away in some way, shape, or form. '86th minute. Why doesn't winter start early in December? Make no sense. It starts 4 days before Christmas, which is perfect timing. It's just the way the solstice is. I don't control the freaking way things are. Shot, save! Rougier makes the save. These minutes are going by very, very slowly for Olancho, or for Motagua. But, yeah, for Motagua. Thoughts on Yassine Bono to Al Hilal from Sevilla? I don't like it. I don't know. It feels like they are going to get that Champions League spot, Saudi. Yeah, their Saudi champions go to Champions League. I feel like they're going to get that spot because they're getting players that still have able to hack it in Europe, who could get a good move in Europe. I think Yassine Bono could go to a better club. He could have went to Madrid. He could have went to Bayern. He could have went to Europe or England. I mean, Al Hilal? Come on now. Imagine Ryan building a gingerbread house on the live for December. Yeah, maybe. That don't sound too bad, actually. That actually sounds pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. That actually sounds pretty fun. That may be doable. That may be doable. Like a Vlogmas Live, building a gingerbread house. That may be doable. Or making some sort of Christmas dessert, whether it is on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or just in the Christmas season. Shot, save. Please do that. Buy a kit from the store. I've done it before once. Happy official birthday. Like to the minute, happy official birthday. For Sevilla, it's going to be a big loss losing Yassine Bono. I agree. Player down, maybe I'll think about it. I got a couple of months to think about it, but I'll think about it. Doing a gingerbread house on live. Now, Maldonado and Martinez coming on for Motagua in the 88th minute. '88th minute. And should I do my top 50 songs list? Maybe. Well, without playing them, but I don't know. I say the best time to play in Vlogmas is either September or October. Be ready in late November, so you got time. The top 50 songs of the year. Well, yeah, that's pretty easily. My top 50 songs of the year that I have in a Spotify playlist as well. Yeah. I could do like 10 per week and give my thought process on them because, you can't. Well, I guess maybe as a reaction, but I really don't want to test that either. So pass the post. You know what? I'll do that too for my channel. Yeah. And then the full-on list will be out on Christmas Eve after I do the top. After it's out, the list will fully be out. And they're already shooting off the fireworks. That's a bad idea. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Don't shoot off the fireworks yet. Oh, no. Oh, no. What are you doing? I mean, I make it anyway, so might as well. Might as well. And it'll all be for my 2023 365, or at least the first 300 days of the year. The first 300 that go on the 365, I'll break down to 50. Why would you shoot the fireworks early? You have 6 minutes. Now 5. When does Champions League start? UEFA? Mid-September? CONCACAF? February. Header. It's pretty normal. '91st minute. Never changes, really, except for 2021. And then, of course, 2020 was weird, but you know what? CONCACAF Champions Cup starts in February. They said in February. Coming in February on that Champions Cup teaser vid. 2 minutes. Going to review the UEFA Champions League draw. I'll consider it. I'll consider going live for the UEFA Champions League draw group stage. I'll consider it. Might as well, but I'll consider it. I mean, my sleep schedule's screwed anyway, so I might as well. Maybe even for Europa, I don't know. 92nd minute. They all do it the same day. The more content, the better, probably. I don't know. 92nd minute. '92nd minute. Getting to the 93rd. 3 more minutes of stoppage time. 3.5. Motagua on the run. Going to the corner is Martinez. We don't even have a full group. Who's winning next year's Champions League? If it's CONCACAF, Miami. Miami will be so much better. They'll do some more in the winter. They'll be so much better next year. UEFA? Bayern. 93rd minute. 3 more minutes of stoppage time. Foul, free kick. Too early to decide, pretty much. Getting closer to 2 minutes left. Looks like Motagua will be through. Yep. Hate it for Joseph. Or maybe they play Swartz. Nah, Swartz would have to play striker. Hate it for Joseph and hate it for Campana, but you know what? I'd say Joseph has a better chance to get his job back if it doesn't go completely the way it's supposed to. Campana screwed, but you know what? Plays forward. 2 minutes to go. 94th minute. Motagua. Rushing for that ball to make sure they get through, get the ticket to the quarterfinals and hold first place. Here's a chance. Motagua, cross, header, past the post. It's going to be weird, yeah, to see Messi play in Central America. 1.5 minutes to go. Fonseca takes it long. Takes the kick long. Caribbean country. 1 minute, 1:20 to go in stoppage time. Good header. And that'll go out for a throw-in for Olancho. Olancho has one last chance. 1 minute to go. Motagua could see this out. Long throw. 95th minute. If they hold on, picked up by Rougier. Goal kick with 50 seconds to go. Yep. 96th minute. 30 seconds to go. Motagua. Good defensive play. Free kick for Olancho. One last run. 15 seconds. 1-0. 1-0. Motagua. 30 minutes, give or take, without 11 down a man, and they go full time. 96th minute. Full time. 1-0. 1-0. Motagua will advance. They are on to the quarterfinals of the Central American Cup. Motagua avanza a la cuartos de final de la Copa Centroamericana. 1-0. Motagua are through. And they win the game. Was a bit tough, but they get it done. Yepez Majo with a free kick. It rolls into the net. And that's what puts them through. Game got a bit chaotic there, but they get it done anyway. Big win. Big win. Big win for Motagua. They are through. They are through to the final with 10 men at home. They have another game to play against Alajuelense for first place, depending on what happens next week with them. Be a very interesting game to watch. But with that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in a playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you within the hour for the review of this match. And then, of course, tomorrow for the Leagues Cup third place and final prediction, preview and prediction. See you then as well. And then, of course, the third place and final on Saturday, TFC on Sunday. See ya. I'm out. Peace.